Alright, so I just got out of a screening of Neighbours, starring Seth Rogen, Rose Byrne, and Zac Efron. Um, I enjoyed this movie, but not as much as I thought I was. I haven't seen a really good Seth Rogen comedy since This Is the End or Pineapple Express. The style of this movie, the subgenre of it is fraternity, prankster kind of style, and I find it doesn't work as well as a lot of people think it does. The reason why I think Pineapple Express worked was because Rogen and James Franco they played well off each other, they were funny, they had good lines and good chemistry, because they've worked previously together on Freaks and Geeks and stuff like that. But this movie, him and Rose Byrne, they play a husband and wife who's just had a baby, and a fraternity moves in next door to them. You don't really feel the chemistry. At least I didn't. I felt more chemistry between Ike Barinholtz and his girlfriend character. They're just like side characters, disposable characters, but I felt more chemistry there. I will say this is a funny movie. But not in the way that I'm used to. I'm used to rapid jokes, like one after the other sort of thing, whereas this, it was like a big set piece of a joke. Like, there's one point where they're over at the fraternity house, and they're joining in one of the parties, and there's a few non-stop jokes, and then it stops and calms down. That I don't really care for in a movie like this. I understand there has to be character development and can't be jokes 24/7, but at least have some kind of joke or something going on in the dialogue, or some kind of entertainingness in the dialogue. If you're going to make your movie a pointless joke fest, then make it a pointless joke fest. Don't make it mean something. This movie felt like it wanted to mean something, but the jokes are getting in the way. Let me see. Zac Efron plays the villain. He's actually really cool as a villain in this movie. He plays off that cocky prankster college douchebag very well. Him and Dave Franco, the younger Franco brother, you guys would probably know him from 21 Jump Street and Scrubs Interns. And also Christopher Minutes, or whatever his name is there. The McLovin from Superbad. I can never pronounce his name. He's also in this as like Schmitty or something his name is. He's just a side character, but he comes in as a joke. Like, a lot of his jokes revolve around him and his dick. It was funny. It was a funny little set of jokes. I really don't know what else to say about this movie. I didn't care for it as much as I thought I was going to. The movie was very well shot. The party scenes, I had to say, were the best part of the film. Like, they were fucking nice looking. There was like there's like this one party, it was like a pot theme party, so like there's like green lights everywhere in the background. There was another party, it was like a neon theme party, and they had like the neon paint and all the colors and stuff. It was very, very cool. Lisa Kudrow from Friends also has a cameo in this movie as the dean of the college that the kids go to. Probably one of the worst deans ever, because she's like, oh, I don't care what they're doing as long as it doesn't make bad headlines. I don't know, I was just expecting more jokes from this, and not just stuff that came from the commercial. Like, the only stuff I can think of that weren't from the commercial was the milking scene where Seth Rogen has to milk his wife. That's not really the only stuff I can think of that wasn't in the trailer. Like, it gave you glimpses of what was going to happen in the trailer. It's just a bummer. I was really expecting a lot more from this movie. I'm not saying it's not a good movie. I'm just saying if you're expecting something more than what you see in the trailer, don't go see it. You get the normal Seth Rogen routine. Him and Efron, they actually do play off each other very well, but there's not enough of just them. Maybe if there had been like some kind of rewrite or something with his wife not being as big of a character, it might have been more, it might have worked more. It's interesting to see Rose Byrne in something that's not Insidious, because that's the only movie I really know her from, and I just thought it was funny that she's in another house-themed comedy. I was kind of half expecting there to be ghosts like halfway through the movie at the end. I thought there would be more to this movie as like the give and take between the Seth Rogen, his wife, and the fraternity. Seriously, it just starts out with them being noisy, them going over to tell them to stop, them calling the cops the next time it happens, Seth Rogen, them then breaking like a water pipe, flooding the college kid's basement, the college kids raising money to get that fixed. Then they set up two of the characters to make like a love triangle or something, and then after that they get put on probation, and then because their lives are boring, they want to keep on messing with them and just get them kicked out of the neighborhood. I'm thinking that there could have been a little bit more to all of those, instead of just like each of these being big events. Have like there be like little sight gags or like just one-off incidences would have really improved on this movie. Because that's the problem with this movie. It's not funny enough. It's not like just rapid fire enough. I just found, like I said, with Pineapple Express, I found that movie very funny. Every single minute of that film, there was something funny going on. From like just James Franco's stupidity to Seth Rogen and his like pot humor. Something in that film was always going on. Like there was always something going on in that film. Whereas this, it's tame, it's slow. I don't know why people say it's so funny, because I don't know, maybe it's because there's a lot of dick jokes in it or something. This movie probably has the most record for dick jokes I've ever seen in a movie. I don't know. One of the funnier parts I thought was the milking scene. That was kind of funny and interesting. The scene at the end where Zac Efron and Rogen are fighting with dildos, that part was funny. I don't know, it just really fell flat for me. I'm gonna take a break and I'll be back with trailers.